Here's your wrestling news for January 4th, 2022. And your headlines for today include: huge WWE Championship match will finally happen after years of waiting. WWE dropped the ball during Raw with one-sided match. The workhorse of WWE: why Drew McIntyre's injury is worse than first thought. SmackDown superstar promises to beat WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Fans drag AEW following tweet celebrating Brandy Rhodes. Ric Flair fires and deletes latest attack on Raw champion. MJF goes too far in latest insult on social media. Two-time WWE Hall of Famer to have first match in over 9 years, and more. We are kicking off today with the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, and at long last, the Beast will step in the ring with Bobby Lashley. On Raw, the show kicked off with Brock reuniting with his advocate Paul Heyman, and the pair watched on as Big E, Lashley, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins battled it out to be Lesnar's first challenger. With a well-deserved "This is awesome" chant, it's worth noting that the chemistry with Rollins and Owens was off the chart, but it was Lashley who stood tall, hitting 3 consecutive spears before pinning Owens. This match is something Lashley has been wanting for years and was a large part in the Almighty's decision to return to WWE in 2018. Lashley isn't the only man on Brock's radar, as during Raw, he also confirmed he'll be heading to SmackDown this Friday to confront Universal Champion Roman Reigns, who he was meant to face at Day 1. The Lesnar-Lashley match also means that we'll get a war of words between MVP and Paul Heyman in what'll be fantastic TV before the match on January 29th. Lesnar himself has been no slouch on the mic as of late, and has been truly fantastic since returning to WWE last August, and we're excited to see what comes from Lesnar's impromptu reign as WWE Champion. Raw also saw the long-awaited televised match between AJ Styles and Omos, in a match many fans felt WWE dropped the ball on. Everyone knows that Omos is limited in the ring, and considering that he was going up against a 2-time former WWE champion and one of the most gifted wrestlers ever, this should have been a one-sided match. It was indeed one-sided, but the match saw Omos batter the Phenomenal One before getting the win, as Styles was able to make his former partner look excellent during the match. This certainly made Omos look dominant, but we have to give credit to Styles for that, and it'll be hard for the Giant to replicate the same credibility when he faces someone not as gifted as Styles. The biggest silver lining from this match is that Styles' involvement in the Raw Tag Team division is seemingly over, and he can now return to being a single star on Raw. And with the Royal Rumble mere weeks away, the Phenomenal One could be considered a dark horse favorite in the Men's Rumble match. At Day 1, Drew McIntyre was attacked backstage by Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss in a way to write the Scottish Warrior off of TV. Not long after this angle, it was reported that McIntyre was dealing with a legitimate neck injury for the past week, but the issues in his neck are far older than that. In an update from Dave Meltzer, he said on Wrestling Observer Radio that McIntyre has been hurting for a long time now, and attributed McIntyre's 2 matches a night schedule at live events as a factor. He was working a tag title match against the Usos and had a street fight against Sheamus on every show, and he was the workhorse of WWE this year. He had more matches in 2021 than anyone. When Roman Reigns was pulled from live events, it fell on McIntyre to be the show's biggest name on the card, but with both men on the shelf for the time being, SmackDown will be in need of a new top superstar. Day 1 also saw Brock Lesnar capture his 9th world title, winning the WWE Championship as a late addition to the main event. Since then, Lesnar has been inundated with several challenges, as both Bobby Lashley and Gable Steveson have shown interest in the champ, and now another superstar has thrown their name into the mix. On Twitter, Sami Zayn said that though a match with Lesnar didn't happen at Day 1, he promised it will happen one day. Zayn has certainly been worse off since Lesnar's face turn, as he suffered a beating from the Beast on the December 10th SmackDown shortly before Zayn had to face Roman Reigns. At this time, WWE's plan remains for Lesnar to face Reigns at WrestleMania 38, but perhaps a match with Zayn will come before this huge collision in April. AEW news now as Brandy Rhodes was named the company's chief brand officer on January 3, 2019, and this week celebrated her 3rd anniversary in the role. Being the chief brand officer is just one role Rhodes has, as she's also an on-screen performer, but hasn't earned much love from fans in recent years. When the official AEW Twitter account celebrated Brandi's third anniversary, many fans reacted negatively, with some arguing that she only got the job due to nepotism. Another questioned whether Rhodes' role as chief brand officer is even a job or just a title to make her look good, saying she's invisible on the AEW website compared to CBOs of other companies. Several fans had the simple request for her to be kept off TV, and although there was a smattering of supportive responses, the vast majority weren't happy with the initial tweet. The AEW fanbase has been against Brandi since the early days of the company, and no matter what, she can't escape the ire of the AEW faithful, which puts a serious downer on this week's huge accolade. Back to WWE, as a couple of years ago, Ric Flair and Becky Lynch had problems over the term "The Man," which the Nature Boy claimed he owned. Flair has since been targeting Lynch ever since, and to be fair, the Raw Women's Champion has stood her ground, but now the Nature Boy has once more fired shots. In response to a photo of Lynch and Migos, the hip-hop group who appeared at Day One, Flair tweeted that Lynch has no drip and questioned when she will give up calling herself The Man. Saying that Lynch is far behind, Flair posted this tweet alongside a photo of himself with Offset, one-third of the Migos group. Throughout this, Flair has insisted that Lynch has stolen the term "The Man" from him, so it's rather ironic that in this tweet, he used the diamond cutter symbol, the very same used by DDP. Lynch won't get the chance to respond to Flair's tweet as he's since deleted it, but has given no explanation why. Perhaps Flair realizes that continuously targeting wrestling's most popular female performer isn't the best look for him, and time will tell when, or if, Flair works in another major promotion. The Nature Boy isn't the only one feeling remorseful, as MJF is known for maintaining his heel persona, but apparently went too far this week. On Twitter, the Salt of the Earth was his usual self, calling those trying to lose weight in 2022 New Year's geeks who he wants to leave his gym. When Nick Comoroto fired back saying he's dated women bigger than MJF, a line that was meant to mean MJF is small, the heel responded asking if this was Comoroto saying he has a, quote, fat chick fetish. We can't say if MJF chose to delete this line of his own accord or if higher-ups in AEW made him do so, but this was a line that somebody clearly felt was inappropriate for the Salt of the Earth to say. And we're ending today with Booker T, who will be getting back in the ring later this month. As a part of his own Reality of Wrestling promotion, Booker will team up with his protege Gaspar Hernandez to face the team of Garza and Dex on January 22nd. Booker's last official match was at a WWE Live event in April 2012, where he teamed with Drew McIntyre to face Christian and Mark Henry. In interviews, Booker has said that Hernandez has the skills to be a star, but he needs to be polished up first, and the two-time Hall of Famer is so confident in the young wrestler that he's ready to get back in the ring. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.